and just regular, and then you're it. Here you go. Is it recording?
Yes, we're on.
Okay. All right, open us up.
What's up, everyone, to the Kumana podcast. We just finished off quarterfinals, and we're going to talk about it. All right, we got special guest Nikki here today, and also Cyrus. Cyrus hasn't been here in an episode. And then we got our usual myself, Kulani, Kadri, and Elijah. All right, guys, how'd it go?
Let's start with let's start with you.
Start with that side.
I did pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we should talk about the workouts first, actually, so we can explain to the audience what we're doing. All right. Quarterfinals workout. Workout number 1 was. What was the first one again?
Workout number 1.
Shuttle run. I got it. Okay. So 4 times, 10 shuttle runs, 20 overhead squats, 30 burpees over the bar, rest 1 minute, 30 burpees over the bar, 20 overhead squats, 10 shuttle runs. That was what?
That's it? Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Workout 2, 80 double dumbbell hang squat cleans and 40 bar muscle ups. Break up anyway, anyhow. That's workout 2. Workout 3 was 3 rounds, 50 double unders, 10 deadlifts at 225. Then 2 rounds at 50 double unders, 10 deadlifts at 275. 1 round, 50 double unders, 10 deadlifts at 315. And then workout 4 was 1K row, 30 clean and jerks, grace weight, 135.95, 1K row, 30 strict handstand push-ups.
Sweet. All right. Well, go down the line. Yep.
I guess we can go over like
workout by workout.
I think we should go like our thoughts on the workouts, like programming, and then also how we did on it.
Yeah,
sure. Nikki, how did you feel about
what did you think of programming wise? What did you think of the workout? Workout 1.
All of them or just workout 1?
Just workout 1.
I liked it. It was very deceiving. Just like on paper, it doesn't look that bad. It's only 60 reps on each half of the workout. But that minute of rest, like you feel all the lactic acid and it really catches up to you. So it was a really deceiving test, but I thought it was really good. It was really well programmed.
I would agree. Same thing. It looks very easy on paper. You have to be a lot faster. The times were faster than I thought they'd be.
I would disagree. It doesn't want not. Okay. The workout looked hard on paper, guys. I knew that it was gonna be the most painful workout the moment I saw it. So I wouldn't say it was very deceiving. It was just bad.
I agree.
You did it twice.
I did do it twice. I improved by a minute.
A minute on that workout's a lot.
That's big. Yeah. I agree with Kalani. It looked very hard, and was the most painful out of all 4.
Do you wish you did it 3 times?
Yes.
Yes. I thought I was actually in the same boat as Nikki. I had thought that this one, I knew it was gonna hurt. I thought some of the other workouts would have hurt more, and they didn't. That one definitely hurt the most. But I thought it was a good test.
Yeah, I'm with Kulani. I'm not like it was hard, obviously, but on paper, like I knew it was gonna hurt. It was actually the only workout that I was dreading. Like I'm glad that we got that one done first because that was the only workout that I actually did not want to do, and it for sure hurt the most of all 4 workouts. Okay, let's go over performances.
Performance. Yeah, we'll start with you since you got the majority.
Yeah. Okay, I finished with a time of 6:27.
Is that good?
I thought it was good, and then it was 180th or something.
It was 108.
Oh my god,
108th.
That's so bad.
It's terrible.
That's so bad.
I thought it was
30,000 people.
bro. There was 108 people who went faster than me. Like that's hard to like conceptualize.
We did think it was going to be more of a top 100, maybe.
Yeah, I thought I was cooking with that time, and then it was not.
That was really slow.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, should have went faster. The burpees hurt way more than I wanted them to. I got like 15 reps into that second round of burpees, and I was like, I don't want to do this workout anymore. I thought about like stopping. Like it hurt really bad, but I was doing it head to head with Nikki. We were rep for rep the entire time. I could actually hear Jen, who was judging Nikki. I heard
It's awesome.
I heard Nikki's judge more than I heard my own judge on that workout. So I knew where Nikki was. I had no idea where I was. But
Jen judging Nikki.
Jen was judging Nikki.
Shout out to Jen.
Yeah, shout out to May, who has to be louder. No,
We
yeah.
love you, May.
No, it was great. It was really painful though, especially finishing the last overhead squats. I was fully prepared to sprint the shuttle runs, and I did not sprint. My legs were gone.
I don't think anyone
All right.
of us sprinted.
For me, I finished in 7:29. And the first burpees hurt. And the overhead squats felt great. But then after that rest, I felt like the rest actually helped me. I don't know about you guys, but no, it didn't help you at all. I felt like my lungs recovered a little bit, but my muscles didn't, you know?
Yep.
Like
I would agree.
my shoulders and legs were still burning. And then I got through the overhead squats, and when I got to the shuttle run, I mean, I think I was the most dramatic with my running out of all of us. I don't know, maybe Kalani, but but I was like trying to throw myself. I
Have
was
you ever
melting.
seen Kadri work out? He likes to wear his heart in his sleeve.
Yeah, I was just trying to throw myself across the line. I was like anything to get me to that line, but it was good. I thought it was fun.
The first time I did it, I got 8:28, or no, 8:38, and then second time around, I got 7:52. And
What'd you do to improve?
just
Went
pushed a little
harder.
just tried a little bit more.
And you held on to the overhead
I
squat.
did.
That's
Yeah,
good as shit.
first time around, I could not hold on to the second set of overhead squats. Second time I did, I really didn't want to.
I don't think anybody wanted to.
Yeah, the second set of the overhead squats, I was just staring at Elijah. He got 12 reps in. And he's like, "Don't drop the bar." And I was like, I don't know, dude. I didn't drop the bar, but yeah. And then, I was able to go a lot faster on the second set of shuttle runs, thanks to Nikki.
Yeah, that was really good, Nikki. What made you think of that?
I've
Nikki
just
jumped
seen-
in to kind of pace him.
I've just seen that, like people jumping in, it gives you a little bit of a push. So
Yeah,
that
so
was
Nikki,
smart, yeah.
Nikki ran the last 10 shuttle runs with me, which helped a lot. And then so I was able to improve by almost a minute, and it gave me a decent score.
All right, Kalani.
So for me, I think I got 7:27. For me, the hardest part of the workout was definitely the second set of overhead squats, and I would say that was the only part to me that was deceiving on paper, because I didn't think the overhead squats were going to be. I knew they were going to be a factor, but I didn't know they were going to hurt as bad as they did. So that was the worst part. I definitely came very close to dropping the bar, but I didn't. So I'm happy with that.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
I finished off at 7:01. It was mainly the burpees, and then when I got to overhead squats in the second set, that definitely surprised me. I agree with Kalani. I definitely wanted to drop the bar, and even thought about it and was calculating in my head how much that would actually hurt my time, and it would have. But besides that, it was exactly as I thought. I think the burpees got harder than I thought they would be. And then when Nick and Elijah did it, they definitely went faster than I thought they would actually go. So, all in all, though, it was a good workout.
I finished with a time of 6:36, I believe. I think it was a good workout to start with because going into quarterfinals, I didn't have the best preparation, so I didn't really know how I was going to fare with the workouts. But I think workout one was a good one to kind of kick things off. It put me in a good headspace, especially being head-to-head with Elijah and being pretty close to him. I was really happy with that. Hurt. The last overhead squats hurt a lot. The last shuttle runs hurt. But yeah, pretty much the same things they were saying.
Yeah,
Just
and
pain.
Nikki was here to do these workouts with us.
Yes. Yeah, I was
Nikki
here.
came and surprised us, actually. Me and my brothers.
Yeah.
All right, workout two? Right.
Yeah.
All right, what did you think about the programming? We'll start with the programming, right?
Yeah.
Programming. I thought it was interesting that you got to choose your own adventure. I said to Kadri that I think that they should have split it up into their own
Like options.
different format. Yeah, different options that you could choose just to make it easier on the
yeah.
judges.
I think that would have been That would have been a really good idea.
Yeah.
Like you have
You could either do it straight through, like 20 rounds of 2-4, 10 rounds
Yeah,
of
you had
8-4.
Yeah.
several options to do the workout.
Because you got to
Yeah.
choose however you wanted to do it. But I think a set number of things would have been a lot easier on the affiliates and the judges.
Right.
But I think it was a good work. It was a lot of grip. It was
Mhm.
I think it was a very, very well programmed workout.
Yeah, I would say that the Choose Your Own Adventure was definitely cool at first glance, and I definitely think that if you put it in a WOD with the membership, they might like have some excitement from it because it's a different style of workout. But because of the way it was programmed, I missed a rep on my first attempt, so that kind of made it confusing. But besides that, programming wise, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I think that everything was pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I like the programming, and I do understand that it's a little hard on the judges, and maybe kind of a format that should have been saved for later, more experienced athletes, for something in semifinals. But I think allowing for the creativity to not be in a set rep scheme, I think it's really cool whenever they do that. And and yes, it's a factor that sometimes you forget how many reps you're at. But I also think that's part of the workout. Is doing more, being strategic, and also focused mentally, and not just grinding through a workout. And I think it adds another layer to the work to the test.
You can't just get WOD drunk.
I
And you
do.
have to keep your
I
head
did
in the game.
enjoy that workout, and I enjoyed the programming for that workout.
Workout 2 is my favorite out of all 4. I really like the Choose Your Own Adventure workouts. First time I did it, I chose a dumb plan. And first time I did 20 rounds, which is just way too much transition time. And but yeah, it was a good workout. I really liked it, but it was also my worst finish. So yeah.
But how much did you improve on your redo?
I also redid that one, and I improved by 61 seconds.
Yeah,
So-
That's big.
That's solid. Yeah.
Thoughts on the programming? I thought the reps and moves were great. I mean, preference wise, I'm more of a bar muscle up fan than a hang clean fan, but in the grand scheme of things, the total reps were fine. The moves were great. I like what Nikki said, like having options. I think that would still give freedom to the player without taking away the spirit of choose your own adventure.
I think one thing they could have done was put it on the scorecards. Like
Right.
have the options on the score.
Right. Even if so, like let's say they have the option of 20 rounds of 4 and 2, 10 rounds of 8 and 4, 8 rounds of 10 and 5, or something like that. They could have all those on the scorecard, but then other ones were still options. Even if they're like, if you want to do something besides these, you're gonna have to prepare a little more. I would have been okay with that. That okay too, yeah. Because we found out like our judges, the scorecard didn't help at all. It was better just to have them use a whiteboard.
Exactly.
But choose your own adventure. Like it brings me back to the 2020 Open. 20.5 was a choose your own adventure style workout with ring muscle ups, wall balls, and rowing, and that was always cool. And that's part of my favorite part. I mean, we were talking beforehand, like, oh, what's the best strategy? And that's definitely the workout we talked the most about before doing it. Right. Like Nikki had a piece of paper drawn up this big elaborate plan before it.
I didn't even use
it. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. My first go around, I didn't do all the reps. It's faster if I don't, you know.
How many reps did you miss?
I missed 12. So my original plan was I was going to do 2 rounds of 8 and 4, and then I was supposed to do 16 rounds of 4 and 2 on top of that. I accidentally did 16 rounds total, counting the 8 and 4. That's when I went wrong. So I missed 2 rounds of 4 and 2, so 12 total reps. So I had to redo it. It wasn't even a redo. It was actually just doing the workout for the first time. But the redo went well, so I was happy with it.
Should have been more muscle ups.
I agree.
Should have been 80 bar.
I
Should have been 80
Me
bar
and
muscle
Nikki
ups.
don't agree
No, it was a good workout. On its own, it was a good workout. I do think that sometimes a little bit with the choose your own adventure style workouts that, I mean, I do like it, but
This is only the second time we've seen it.
it is
right?
the second time we've seen it, which is good. It should be every once in a while. Sometimes it gets to the point where it's a little bit more about strategy than capacity. But But at the end of the day, the person with the biggest capacity is going to win the workout anyways.
Right.
So it shakes out. But that's the only thing I have to say about that. Otherwise, I like the workout, like the movements actually. Double dumbbell hang squat cleans. I mean,
You like that?
it's a mad athlete movement that we do a lot. So
Let's go over performances.
okay, my first attempt at this workout, I finished in 9:50.
Blazing.
No, not blazing.
Me and Kalani beat Elijah on the first.
Yeah, KO beat me by a minute on the first go around, and I got so yeah.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so I knew I went. So my first strategy was 20 rounds of 4-2, and it was just too many transitions. I got to round eight or nine on doing that, and I looked at the clock. I was like, this is just too much back and forth. And I already knew that I'd have to redo at that point. And then when I'm competing side by side with Kael, because I've watched him compete so much, I know exactly when he's near the end. It's because he starts speeding up. So I'm like not even close to finishing. I see the clock; it's at like 7 minutes, 7:30 ish, and then I look over to him, and he's already speeding up his transitions. He looks like he's about to be done, and the clock is at 7:30, and I'm nowhere near finished. So I was like, I'm gonna have to redo that workout. So I'm gonna redo. I did 10 rounds of 8 and 4, and I finished with a time of 8:21. So shaved off almost 90, 90 seconds off of that. So
which does put in perspective how much strategy actually was
plays
a big part of this workout.
Is,
maybe a little too much.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I gotta say about that.
My first go around, I finished in 9:52 of 108 reps. Right, I didn't do all the reps. Then my second go around, I did all 120 reps, and I finished in 9:26. So I did 120 reps faster than I did 108 reps. So my second strategy was I also did the 10 rounds of 8 and 4. I was going back and forth. I was like, I kind of want to just do the same strategy I had before, but do the extra 2 rounds of 4 and 2. Just do the whole work. Then I was thinking to myself, I think I was just unsure of what the dumbbell would feel like the first go round. And I was thinking to myself, I think I can hang on a little longer. Nikki actually was like, yeah, I was hook gripping the dumbbells. And I was like, you hook grip dumbbells? And then they all started laughing at me. And I was like, I've never done that before. So I hook gripped the dumbbells the first time, saved my grip a ton, made a world of a difference.
Hook grip your dumbbells, guys.
Hook grip your dumbbells. And so that ended up being my best score out of the 4 workouts. Yeah.
My first time around, I got 14-19, and I did 20 rounds. And my second time around, I got 13-18, and I did 10 rounds of 8-4.
There you go. Yeah.
It was
a minute faster.
Way more painful. Grip and biceps blew up right away. I think that was because we did the deadlift one the day before that, so my grip was already pretty sore. Yeah, workout sucked.
It sucked. My first time doing the workout, I got 9:16, and then my second time doing the workout, I got 9:02.
Holy.
I mean,
yeah.
15 seconds. I mean, we'll take it. I guess, bro. You weren't completely like set in to
No, so
yeah. Chloe was kind of wishy-washy.
The first time I did it, I did 20 rounds of 4 and 2, and I think for me that worked well because I could kind of like there wasn't much to think about, and I think that's the best strategies are going to be the ones that you don't have to think about, and your judge doesn't have to think about too much, so you don't get lost miscounting reps.
Sauce.
Right? Yeah. So I did that. I think it was probably a little too much transition. So the next time I did it, I did 10 rounds of 8 and 4, and I think that clearly that definitely was the move because I got faster, but when going into the last day, which is when we redid the workout, we did it on Monday, which was the last day after all the other workouts. I definitely wasn't feeling great, and mostly because I had redone the other workout, which we'll get to, the deadlift workout. I had redone that. I did that twice the day before, so I woke up Monday morning just thinking, man, I do not want to redo this workout at all. So, but I did it just for the fun of it and to um, test out a different strategy, see if I could get any better. I think maybe if I had paired up the new strategy of 10 rounds and of 8 and 4 with how I was feeling on Friday, I could have, that would have been my best possible score, hopefully under, under a little under 8 minutes, or no, a little under 9 minutes. What I think I could was in the realm of possibility. But yeah, I just wasn't really feeling it on Monday. So, but 14-second improvement is still still better than nothing.
This was a tighter workout, right? It was a little bit closer, mid.
Yeah, the deadlift and the shuttle run
Was
were
the closest,
way closer.
way closer. Yeah.
The 14 seconds was maybe like 50 spots, maybe.
Take it.
So which is still a chunk. For this one, I mean, Nikki was just measuring our forearms. Nikki failed some bar muscle ups on this one. I have smaller forearms, but I didn't fail any bar muscle ups on this one. Actually, this is my highest placing workout, and the workout I beat everyone on, except for Jace. I was going for Jace to score my second attempt, but it got really hard. This is probably one of the most painful workouts that I felt afterwards. I was like on the ground in my forearms. The pain never went away. But I would say my first attempt, I did 15 rounds. The first 5 rounds were 8-4, and then the last 10 rounds were 4-2, and that works pretty well. But I think that going into it, I wasn't completely sure how it would feel. And then after hearing about different strategies, I knew for sure I could go faster, going 10 rounds of 8-4, and that's what I did. In that workout, I felt like with that strategy, I felt every second of it, and it definitely became more of a grip. On the last bar muscle ups of my first attempts, I was able to land really high and almost like push myself off the bar to get a quicker rep. On the last 4 reps of the second attempt, I was barely making it over, and I purposely did a chicken wing bar muscle up on my last one just so I could make sure I had the rep. And then this one, my best placement was 58th worldwide. So that's definitely my praise Jesus moment of this week.
All right, let's hear it, Nikki.
I did this workout twice as well. My first score was like 10:30. And my second attempt, I shaved almost 2 whole minutes off. So this was definitely the most nerve-wracking workout for me over the weekend. Couple reasons. The first one, just because I thought that this one was going to be the hardest. If you ever watched me do legless rope climbs, probably know that grip strength is not my best suit in CrossFit. The hang cleans I'm fine with. It was just the combination of the bar muscle ups and the hang cleans was just a lot of grip. That's all you felt in this workout. Workout didn't hurt nearly as bad as I thought it was going to. I actually think this was the least painful workout of the bunch. It was just grip management, doing your sets. Like my first time doing it, going through, I did 10 bar muscle ups to start, and then I did rounds of 6 and 3. And I liked the 6 and 3, so this time I started with round of 8-4, 12 rounds of 6 and 3. That kind of helped. Go sub 9, which was a salvageable score.
Looking back at the workout now, do you think that if you were to just do 10 rounds of 8-4, would you have gone faster?
I thought he did do 10 rounds of 8.
No, he did 1 round of 8-4 and then 12 rounds of 6 and 3.
This is my first time hearing this.
Yeah.
On the second attempt?
Yeah. If I were to redo it again, I think I would do 20 rounds of 2 and 4.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Really?
Because the grip, yes.
It was all grip.
My first attempt, I didn't feel any grip.
Same. Well, I also didn't do all the reps.
But we also did the deadlift workout the day before, so that could have played a factor.
It was tired.
It was all grip for me. That's all it was. I was failing bar muscles at the end. I'm doing sets of 3. So
I don't know. That'd be so many transitions though.
I don't know. I'm glad it's over. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. I'm glad we're not doing it again.
This whole time I thought he did 10 rounds for that second attempt. I was wondering why he kept transitioning faster than me.
He was the only one of us who didn't do that.
Yeah. I was. It was like, and during the middle of the workout, I was like, "How is Nikki transitioning so fast?"
He was doing less reps.
Yeah, in your first attempt, you ended with 20.
Yeah, I started with 10 muscle ups, ended with 20 hang cleans.
Yuck.
So not very good.
All right,
workout 3.
Workout 3,
Deadlifts.
deadlifts.
Program first. Yeah,
Program. What'd you think of the program?
It was fun. It was interesting. I think it's just
Should've been
deadlift. Like
heavier.
you could have. I don't know. It was an okay. I feel like you had to have it there to test strength. I think there's better ways to test strength, but it wasn't super heavy for the top guys. Finished with a set of 315, but I think it had a lot more potential. Is what I'll say.
That's a good way
yeah,
to put it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Yeah.
I would say that even if the deadlift weight was heavier, I feel like the same people would still come out on top.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less. Maybe the people that aren't as good as double unders wouldn't have a chance as much as they did now. If you were good at double unders and even okay at deadlifts, you would still place pretty well. Because for me, I felt my legs a lot on this. I didn't really think too much of the deadlift workout. Honestly, I didn't really look at it as it was the strength workout of the weekend, but I didn't wish it was like a back squat or a clean or anything. It wasn't really in the back of my mind. It was kind of just, let's just do this. The whole programming as a whole kind of felt like almost like a souped up version of the open, but a little bit less.
Open
So
two.
I kind of just thought, yeah, it's deadlifts, double under sounds like a quarterfinal workout. So that'll be my take.
Yeah, as far as programming goes, I didn't think. I mean, it wasn't impressive or anything. It was a good workout, but it just seemed like a run of the mill kind of open quarterfinal ish workout. And it was definitely. You can tell with all the workouts that it was geared more towards the 24% of people that didn't make it last year, right? So, it was definitely lower skill and not as heavy, and that's exactly what this workout. I would say this was like the epitome of what quarterfinals was this year.
Workout was, I thought it was pretty cool.
I was like, it's fine to me, guys.
Like it was all right. It wasn't anything special. I like the double unders because of my jump rope. Shout out RX Smart Gear.
Shout out David Newman. That was good.
But yeah, like it would be cool if it was like heavier. But I mean, I don't know, nothing to complain about for me. So
But it
was also my best finish.
Cyrus
That's why I
loved
liked
that
it.
workout.
As far as programming goes, I think it was a good test. It depends on what they were trying to get out of it, right? If they wanted a fast workout, then they got it. If they wanted a heavy workout, then they could have gone heavier. Or if they wanted to make it heavier without making it heavier, make each section 3 rounds. Right? 3 rounds of 225, 3 rounds of 275, 3 rounds of 315. That would have made it a longer
That would've
workout.
changed the
But
workout.
that would have changed the strength component, right? Because now that those last 2 sets of 315, you have to be strong now.
Yeah.
Right.
That wouldn't be a bad idea too, because that would have been a longer time to main workout.
Right.
Which this
A little bit longer.
I think it still would have been in the same time as like the bar muscle up
This
workout.
was the sprint out of all of them.
Right. So
Besides the
times on
shuttle.
this one ranged from barely under 4, which is blazing, to for our range, 6 minutes. We were 5-6 minutes, right? So sub 7. That was kind of the range here. But it was, for me personally, deadlift's my least favorite and worst movement. So I was happy to see not too much of it. So
I think it was programming wise. I think it was a safe workout. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great. Now make all the deadlifts same weight but cleans.
whoa, that would have kind of been cool.
Now we're talking.
315.
No. Legitimately, if they wanted to keep this workout, no, that would have been cool. But legitimately, for this workout, what they could have done, I think, was the reps on the double unders should have went up, and the weight on the deadlifts could have been a little heavier too.
Yeah, like maybe he's top out at 345 or something like that.
Yeah, 365 even.
Hold on now.
Imagine you keep the first 3 rounds as is. Then you go 2 rounds of 75 double unders and
300.
Oh, that would be brutal.
yeah, 2 rounds of 75 double unders and 300-pound deadlift, and then you have your last round 100 double unders, and 350. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something like that. I thought that would. I think I like that as the strength test. It's not Olympic total, so
I agree.
at least it could have been worse, guys. It could have been worse. Not that Olympic total is necessarily bad, just overdone.
Talk about performances.
Man, that workout hurt a lot. It didn't hurt as much as the shuttle run workout, but man, my hamstrings were just fried after. Like, I was wobbling around after trying to walk. I finished with a time of 4:36. For me, it was hamstrings, obviously, but I was actually kind of feeling my grip during the workout. Like, it was getting hard to hold onto the rope, and I was starting to trip up on my double unders. So that really sucked I lost a lot of time there. But I'm still pretty happy with that score. So, yeah. That's all.
For me, this was my worst finish, and I knew that going into it just because deadlift is such a big weakness for me. I've struggled with a back injury for the last 3 years. That I've only within the last, I would say, when did I come down to Texas? June. So that's
8 months.
8 months ago. So I would say maybe 10 months ago is when I got it under control. So this was actually my first time doing deadlifts above 275 in a workout in 3 years.
Praise Jesus.
And it actually, yes, it was my worst finish, but it actually meant a lot to me regardless of the finish. That was the workout to me that proved that I've overcome this injury. And so it meant a lot to me there. But performance wise, I finished in 621, and if I had my way, it would have been 100 double unders each round. But yeah, because I mean, deadlift is my worst move, double unders is my best move. So paired them back to back, but obviously it wasn't enough double unders to save me. But overall, I'm happy with it. How much you beat me by?
1 second.
Cyrus got
this one,
on this one.
This one was my best finish overall. I finished with a time of 6:20. This one was the least painful out of all 4, and it actually didn't hurt during the workout. But then I walked up to Kadri after and gave him a hug, and everything started hurting.
Real, bro.
My legs just like started cramping, forearms started cramping. But yeah, it was surprising. Like, I thought my legs would be hurting a lot more like during the second round of 275, but like I felt good during the workout, and then everything went dark right after. But yeah, it was a good workout, best finish. So yeah.
Oh, and another thing, these two were going like back and forth throughout the entire workout. Them two went together in the same heat.
He'd pass me on the deadlifts, I'd pass him on the double unders, but it finished on the deadlift, so that's how he got me.
Yeah, and barely. I mean,
1 second.
You did one. You did 2 sets, Cyrus. You did 2 sets. Or
15?
Yeah, we both did 2 sets, right?
No, I did 3. I did
You
4
did 3.
3.
Yeah, and Kadri.
I got to the bar before
He
you.
picked up the barbell like a lot sooner than I did, and then I did 4 and then 6 for the deadlifts.
Yeah.
And,
And that's where Kadri actually caught up, because Kadri's last set was his cycling rate was faster, and I thought Cyrus had locked it up, but he started to slow down on the final 4, and Kadri finally was picking it up, but just barely made it.
when I got to 275, me and Elijah had a plan the whole time of going 6 and 4, and then that's what I did until the second set of 275. Elijah was like, "You're ahead of the Kadri. Just hold on." And I did all 10, did my double unders, and I got to 315. And I was like, "Oh gosh, maybe I should have done 6-4." And I just
You did it.
I just could not pick up the bar. Kadri picked up the bar a lot quicker than I did, because we got off the double unders. Like, you got off like a couple seconds before me, but I mean, yeah,
I hate to break it to you, but double unders do take less out of me than you.
that's true.
That's true.
All right, Kalani.
For me,
Oh, this is good. This is good, guys.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
so I did this workout twice in one day.
What?
Within a span of probably like 3 hours. 3 or 4
Less,
hours.
less,
like 2
less.
hours.
Yeah.
You came upstairs, ate, and went back downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first time I did it, I got just under 6 minutes. I got 5:59, and then so most of you guys know who are watching probably know that I got an ankle injury back in January, and I have not been able to double under pain free until probably like 3 weeks ago. So I haven't been training double unders, and I knew that was going to be a big factor. Not necessarily that it was going to hurt, but just that my double under capacity wasn't where it used to be. And that definitely did play a big factor. And it played a big factor physically and also mentally in my head. I just knew that I was just scared of the double unders. And deadlifts are also a pretty big weakness of mine. And so I also what are you laughing at? You shoot by 40 seconds, by the way. No, but yeah, deadlifts have been something that I've just had to work on over the years. And so this workout just looked to me when I first saw it as like a double whammy, like not good at double unders and not good at deadlifts.
Oh, whammy.
So yeah, the first time I did it, I got to the second round of 275, and I realized that this is not hurting as bad as it should be. So I just kind of finished out the workout, and I realized as soon as I was done that I would have to redo it. And so yeah, I came upstairs. I ate a PB&J, and then I went back downstairs and started warming up again. And the second round I did it, I just in my mind as right before the workout started, I was just repeating myself that I have nothing to fear, and that the double unders are going to be fine. They're not going to hurt, and deadlifts I can hold on to the deadlifts. And so, and yeah, I shaved off 15 seconds, which is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, I think
It's like 50 people.
yeah.
More.
Was it really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
For
I
me,
guess on that workout, yeah.
I was just happy with the effort that I put in the second time around. Because, like I said, the first time I did it, the workout didn't start hurting till like the fifth or sixth round. This time, the second time I did it, the workout started hurting on like the second round. So
Probably because you had 2 hours of rest.
right.
A lot of CNS in this one as well.
Yeah.
A lot of it takes a big toll on your body. For me, it was good. I think I executed pretty well. I feel like out of all the workouts, this is the one where I kind of left some points on the table. I knew going into it that it was going to be fast, but I didn't realize how much it wasn't going to hurt my grip as much. And I dropped the bar several times. Not several times, but I dropped the bar every single set until the last 275 and the 315. And I probably could have held on to 270, 225, and probably even 275 on the first set. And maybe got in sub 5 on that. But actually looking back at my number right now, my video, I took the first 4 seconds to get my first double under. So that's another thing is practice. I haven't actually practiced actual double unders in a little bit. And then my rope got twisted up after the first round. And I also forgot to put my belt on all the way after the first round. So I made a few mistakes. My head wasn't quite there.
I also forgot to belt up till 315. Oh, after the 315, I was like, whoops.
I was like, my belt, I was jumping, I do my double unders and I was jumping. I realized my belt was moving with me, and that was a mistake. But besides that, that was good. And Jasmine got some really good pictures of this one. So
Yeah,
thanks. Shout out to
Jasmine.
Jasmine DeFort. Nikki.
Let's hear it, Nikki.
Triple dab.
Event 3.
We were trying to tell Nikki not to slam the bar, which she kept doing.
Event 3, which was not my worst finish. I definitely expected it to be my worst finish. Finished in 4:48. Similar to Kadri, but nowhere near as bad as him.
Thanks, man.
No. Not what I was saying.
Yikes!
Not what I was saying.
Thanks, bro.
Not what I was saying. I also had a back injury in July. During competition with a bunch of deadlifts at 315. And it was so bad where like months at a time I couldn't bend over to tie my shoes.
Yeah.
Dude, it was bad.
Yeah.
So I haven't deadlifted over 225 since July of last year.
But he snatched more than that, though.
Yes, but I have.
I know that feeling well.
Yeah, the touch and go stuff was really bothering me, so I just stayed away from it. So I was pretty nervous going into it, but doing it with Elijah, we were going back and forth the entire time.
I didn't know who was gonna win that one
Yeah.
at a certain point because I think I was ahead after the first round, and then the middle rounds you were starting to get to the bar a little bit earlier. I was really starting to get worried, but we just had to go fast.
Yeah. I mean, we knew it was going to be a fast workout. Sub 5 was the goal, which we both achieved. It was just fast. It was quick. The deadlifts actually felt really good. Double unders got really hard for me. I think Elijah experienced the same thing.
Yeah, just grip fatigue on my rope. Yeah.
Yeah, and grip's not a strong suit of mine. So I'm very happy the way that I executed it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Last
workout. What did you think about the last workout, Nick?
Let's hear it. I want to hear from
I
this.
want to hear what Nikki thinks. Of the
Event
last
4,
workout.
the greatest programmed CrossFit quarterfinal workout of all time. No,
Let's
I'm
hear
just
it.
kidding.
That's
I'm
not
kidding.
crazy. That's
I'm
not-
kidding. I'm kidding.
No, that's not crazy.
It's not crazy.
It's actually not crazy.
I think that
Give us the spiel.
Event 4 was by far the best test of fitness in this year's quarterfinals. You had rowing, tall guy movement, for all the haters on Instagram.
Big
All
tall
the
guy.
trolls.
Oh my gosh.
All the trolls on Instagram. Started with 1,000 meters of rowing, tall guy movement, KO. Fast. You can row fast. Short guys, we don't have that luxury. Grace.
You're just not good at rowing.
Clean and jerks. Sorry, bro. This guy doing handstand push-ups. And then, the only thing I would change about this workout is with the two movements other than the row, being the clean and jerk and the handstand push-ups. The handstand push-ups by far were the least. You spent the least amount of time on the handstand push-ups.
They're least prevalent. Yeah.
Yeah, and
True.
they did not matter nearly as much as the row or the clean and jerks. I would say.
to a degree.
At the top.
Yeah.
At the top.
Yes.
So I would say, like, if you're gonna have handstand push-ups and you want it to equal the clean and jerks, make it 50,
100.
or 30 at a deficit, which
Oh,
That'd be
for,
cool.
like,
That'd be cool.
semifinals,
Yeah.
something like that would be cool. But I think it was the most
this is
well-rounded.
quarterfinals.
I think it was the most well-rounded programmed workout of the 4.
Yeah, I would agree. This was a good programming. I think that handstand push-ups and even strict handstand push-ups should be programmed more often. I think that it's definitely not used enough. And when it comes out, there's a lot more people that aren't good at it rather than like a ring muscle up. When ring muscle ups comes out, I feel like there are more people that could probably pull out a ring muscle up than they can 5 strict handstand push-ups, for example.
I agree.
Right? So I think that they should put that in more often. And even though I might be shooting myself in the foot when I say that, that's definitely better for the sport as a whole for programming wise. Yeah.
I really like this workout. I think I liked it. I liked it more after I did it. On paper, it didn't seem like a very impressive workout, but the more that I looked at it and the more that I watched other people do it, I realized that it's not. It looks like it's all about the row, but the clean and jerk and the handstand push-up actually played a bigger factor than I think I realized. But yeah, overall, I think I definitely had the most fun with this workout. So
I hated everything about this. Going into this workout, I put a lot of pressure and expectations on myself because rowing and strict handstand push-ups are two of my best movements, and I don't think I've ever been as angry as I was after this workout than ever. Rowing felt amazing. Clean and jerks couldn't have gone better. And then I got to the strict handstand push-ups, and everything just went bad. Got a lot of no reps. Failed a couple reps. Definitely thought I was going to be able to do 3 quick sets of 10, and just didn't happen. I was going to redo this workout after we redid the bar muscle one together on Monday, but I just didn't have anything left in me to redo it. But yeah, I really hate this workout.
Yeah, so you think it's a bad program workout?
No. The workout it's a great workout. It's the reason I didn't move on. So
Left a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth.
yeah, this was supposed to be my best finish. This is when I was supposed to beat some of the guys at or get really close, and this was my worst finish, or not my worst finish of all 4, but it was pretty bad. And yeah, it helped me learn a couple things, but could have gone better. So
Anyway, what'd you think of the workout?
Well, I liked it. I like rowing. I like strict handstand push-ups, and barbell cycling is probably one of my bigger weaknesses. Still goes back to that lower back injury. It's just something that I couldn't get stronger at for a long time, but it barbell cycling came back to me before deadlifts did. So I was definitely more confident in the clean and jerks than I was on the deadlift. But as a whole, the workout, I thought it was a lot of fun. Strict handstand push-ups is probably a top 3 move for me. So I knew I could row fast and still be able to go unbroken on those. Maybe it wasn't as fast as Nikki on the handstand push-ups, but still enjoyed that workout as a whole, and that part was good. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, this workout, bro. I think I'm totally with Nikki with this might be one of the best. Actually, you know what? Whoa.
You're getting a little crazy.
Definitely the best one this year.
I think this is the best quarterfinal workout ever.
Yikes!
Let me explain why. Obviously, it's a triplet. You have the 3 modalities. You have rowing, you have gymnastic, handstand, push-up. You have the barbell, right? You have weightlifting. Now, every part of this workout is equal parts. Now, it doesn't seem like it because the rowing is obviously a bigger portion of the workout, but it has to be, because if it was anything less than 2,000 meters, then like anybody could keep up with a taller guy, right? If it was anything like if it was 1K, right? Like
500, too little.
That'd be too little, right? Then anybody could keep up, but if it gives the bigger guys on the machines a little bit of an advantage with it being a little bit longer, 2K. And Grace, that was the perfect amount of clean and jerks, right around 2.5 minutes of clean and jerks, and the strict handstand push-ups, which seem like sorry, maybe 3 minutes for
3.5.
Okay, but anyways, back to the strict handstand push-ups. Like Kaelo said, it needs to be programmed more for all the reasons why it is as that movement. But at the top, it is a minuscule part of the workout at the top level. But for a lot of people, it was actually more than half of the workout for them, right? So you can be really, really, really fast on the rower, but if you're bad at handstand push-ups, then it completely tanks you, and also vice versa, right? You could be really weak on the rower, but if you can do 30 strict handstand push-ups in 20 seconds, that's a top score, right? Which did it,
Mr. Nicky Rogers.
Yeah, that's not an exaggeration. 30 strict handstand push-ups in 20 seconds at the end of the workout. He did that. So that's true. That's why I think it's one of the best well-rounded workouts that I've seen, and probably the best quarterfinal workout ever.
Who programmed this?
Boz, right?
Adrian.
I think.
Are you gonna say it? You say it?
I think Boz should program everything from this.
What?
What about Dave Castro? What about the OG Dave Castro?
What?
That's like
The open
blasphemy in the CrossFit community.
The open The Open was good. The 2026 Open was better than the 2025 and 2024 Open.
But
But Boz got it.
He's washed. Dave is washed.
I think Boz got it, guys.
You think the 2026 Open is better than the 2025 Open?
100%. 100%. 100%. Dude,
all right,
the
let's say this for another video, guys.
Last year's Open was like a repeat.
Let Boz program the games again.
Dude, Basel programmed the Open in 2023. Great Open.
Yeah, 2023 was
2023 was one of the greatest.
yeah.
Except for the shuttle run workout. That workout was
No,
But it had a max thruster.
no hate to Dave Castro. He's carried the sport for a long time. But Boz got it, dude.
But pack it up.
Okay, into performance. I finished with a time of 10:25.
We didn't go.
Yeah, I think Cyrus went over his performance. I finished with a time of 10:25. I went into the workout knowing that I was strong on all the parts of the workout that I needed to be strong on. I was good on strict handstand push-ups. I thought I would be better. I thought I was gonna do 30 unbroken. I was very confident. Like I was planning on doing 30 unbroken. I just did not. And okay, we're still going. We're still recording. Okay, yeah. Grace, 135 clean and jerks is probably one of my best movements. So I knew that if I got that done in about 2 minutes, that'd be good. I finished that in about 2:02, so I was really happy with that. Rode about 148 on both 1Ks. I feel like. Not really sure what the splits were there, but around 148. And then I finished with 21 straight handstand push-ups, kick down, I did 3, and then 2, and then 1, and then 1, and then 1 until I hit 30. It was stupid, but I still whatever. 10:25, whatever. I'll take it. How'd it go for you?
I finished in 12:02. I think I rode at like I want to say 150 on the first row, maybe like a 148 to 150, and then the clean and jerks were slow for me, and I knew that going into. But I actually kind of wanted to back off on the clean and jerk just a hair so that I could speed up a little bit on the second row, which I did. After going out, Grace took me about 3:30. The second row, I got back down to like a 150 pace, and then strict handstand push-ups, like I said, one of my best moves. So I knew I could bang out 30 unbroken. I did 19, lost my balance a little bit. My foot like hit the ground, but I went right back up and finished them. So
Yeah, that wasn't like a break.
It wasn't a break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just off balance. Yeah.
right, but yeah, it was a good fun workout. Let's hear about it again, Cyrus.
He hates it.
Maybe just giving me such a downer.
All right, Kulani, let's hear it.
First row rode about a
I'm already depressed.
150. First row rode about a 152. Grace was just under 3 minutes.
Was it
Second,
really?
I don't know, was it?
I think it was like
Or
you were like
under
310 or something like that because I was around 330 and you were faster than me on Grace.
So Grace was 310 apparently. And then second 1K row rode about a 147.
Yeah, that sounds
140,
right.
146,
Yeah, he
147.
was quick on that second.
And I don't want to talk about the strict handstand.
Hey, it was a good learning experience.
Yeah, it was.
It was good. It happened. It's good. It happened in a gym in quarterfinals, and not
the game.
not in the middle of the floor of the games with the spotlights on you, and you realize you can't do handstand push-ups.
This sounds like a
Yeah.
you have a personal experience.
I
with
do
this
have a
guy.
personal experience with this. I'm very proud of this personal experience.
All right, Kulani, let's hear it.
For me, I got 11:23. I did the first row and probably I think 152 pace, and then I think I did the clean and jerks in 2:45, and then the second row was probably around 150, and then I did handstand push-ups. I did 27 and 3. I was in the back of my mind, I had a plan to do 3 sets of 10, but I thought just go for it. So I kicked up, I knocked out like 20, and then I was like, okay, I can keep going. I thought I would be able to finish it, but I was only able to get to 27. I knew that if I went for that 28th rep, that I would either fail that rep or fail the next
I
one.
was yelling at this guy to do one broken, dude.
Yeah, so I didn't want to hit failure because once I hit failure, it's gone. I think the only thing for me is I maybe overpaced the road just a little bit, at least on the second round. But other than that, I wouldn't make very many changes. So I'm pretty happy with that. That was my highest score on the leaderboard. So I'm happy with that.
This one going into it on Saturday, I felt the weakest going in. I think my body, I was just a little tired.
Full body
My-
cramp.
Full body cramp.
Shout out Jace.
So going into it, I didn't doubt myself going in. I also tried to not like psych myself out by saying like if I do bad, it's just because I'm tired. I tried to just go into it with everything I had. But now looking back, I could definitely say that like I felt better doing the redo yesterday than I did on Saturday, doing this workout on Saturday. This one, I wanted to take advantage of the row a little bit more. I rode a 158 on the first row.
148.
I mean, sorry,
Slow. I want to take advantage of the road, guys.
158, 148, and then I think I should have gone a little bit faster on that. But then Grace like felt a little bit harder than I thought. Once I passed 15 reps, I definitely kind of slowed down a little bit.
Wait, what is the 330 1K?
145.
Yeah.
That's not 148.
Went a little faster.
What did you roll?
I rode like a 330, like a 335, and you were a few seconds ahead of me. So you were like
Okay, so I was a little faster.
So you're probably like
Yeah.
146, 145.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I was a little faster. Grace was good. I just started to slow down a little earlier than I wanted to, and then the second row, was definitely harder than I thought it would be. My legs really, but at the same time, I was just trying to tell myself to just get it done because after this, it would be over. And then just the strict handstand push-ups, which have come a long way because I was able to open up with 15, and then 15, and then I want to say a set of 4, or maybe even a set of 6 to get me to 22, something like that. That's 21, and then and then I think I just did sets of 2 for the rest of the time, and that was good. I felt happy with that. Out of all of the scores, this is the one that I was a little bit disappointed because I did want to go for a sub 11 time, and I knew.
Oh, you're definitely capable.
I'm capable of it. So going out there, being competition mode, that I wasn't able to put my full performance out there was a little bit of a bummer. But at the same time, my handstand push-ups, like they weren't a failure during this workout. So I was pretty happy about that. So can't really complain. Just gonna come back harder in
How
semifinals.
you talk about that personal experience in 2022?
Yeah, so in 2022, the workout started with pegboard, and then it went into double unders, and then it went into handstand push-ups, and it was 20, right?
Strict handstand push-ups was the second movement
Yes.
of the workout.
And
there was a whole workout left
after this. And the thing about it was, this was the first time they didn't have any movement standard, so there was no line, there's no nothing. You just gotta just do the handstand push-up. And this was when I was not as smart. And what I immediately thought of was like, let's just go wide and just like crank them out as fast as I can. And for me personally, that's just not how my shoulders and my elbows work for it being as strong as it could be. Like going wider doesn't mean easier for me. But I wasn't smart enough to know that when I was 15 and out there. And I immediately did some, and they felt way harder. And I never thought to bring my hands in or anything like that. And I got through them all, but it definitely was like
the rest of
the rest
of the athletes were moving on.
Yeah,
He
it was like
on handstands.
Yeah, I was there in the middle of the CrossFit Games stage,
all by
light
himself.
shining,
all by himself,
just doing. No, there was one person out there. there was one other person out there that was that wasn't as smart as I was. But yeah. So from there, I've always just kind of kept working on strict handstand push-ups. But I also think that it should be put in there because the fact that I grew up doing CrossFit and strict handstand push-ups were not in my regimen as much isn't definitely an issue because the value that a strict handstand push-up has in handstands in general is a higher value than something like Echo Bike.
Echo Bike.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Echo Bike.
So-
Don't even get me started on Echo Bike, bro.
Yeah, that's my take.
Let's hear it, Nikki. I want to hear your whole story about this workout.
Event 4, right? Yeah, it is event 4.
Yep.
My favorite workout.
The best workout.
I knew it was going to be my best workout going in, and it did end up being my best workout going in or coming out. I think it was a top 100 score, which is
Yeah.
the best score I think I've ever put up for any qualification stage for the games. It got a lot harder than I expected it to be. I did it with KO and Elijah. So we did it first. We were the first heat people to go. First row, I was I ranged from 147 to 150. They both beat me off the row, which I knew was going to happen, but I was kind of surprised that I stayed kind of close to them.
Yeah, actually, I got off the first rower and I was like, wow, Nikki's actually like kind of like right on our tail there. Yeah.
Especially seeing KO. I thought KO was gonna be way ahead. I thought he was gonna row hard, but
Yeah.
I guess he didn't want to. But no, and then we went into Grace. Purposefully, I just looked straight. I didn't look over at either of them. I tried to just stay in my lane, singles the whole way through. Kind of had an idea of where Elijah was just from hearing his judge and hearing his barbell. The first 15 reps of the clean and jerks felt fine. I felt good. Rep 20 hit and it started to get real. That's when, you start entering the pain cave a little bit.
Those last 5 reps of Grace hurt, actually.
So I slowed it down a little bit. I looked up at the clock and I was way ahead of my pace. I wanted to save a little bit for the row. So I slowed it down a little bit, took a couple breaths, but then I don't know if I think Elijah got to the rower first, and then it was me, and then KO was the last one to the rower. And then going to the rower, I already knew that I had KO beat. It didn't matter how hard he row. I already knew I had KO beat.
Is that the word? Is that the verb?
How hard he rode.
Is that the correct verbiage?
Yeah. Didn't matter how hard he rode. I knew I had KO beat, so I was just trying to chase down Elijah. My shoulders were actually really, really, really tired going into it. I think it was because we did the shuttle run workout the day prior, so I did a lot of pressing, a lot of burpees. Shoulders were pretty sore on the last row. I'm kind of still beating myself up over going a little slower because I didn't know if I would have the capability to do the handstand push-ups at the end with the way my shoulders were feeling. So I rode like a 2-minute 500, which is really slow. Really slow.
No, it wasn't.
It was like 2.
Yeah. You hit twos, but you were like 155 to 2.
No. I definitely wasn't as low as 155. I was
Wow.
I wish I rode like a 155. It would have gave me a couple seconds, but
You would have beat me if you rode 155.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I was about to say was, this is how fast Nikki's handstand push-ups are. I got ahead of him on Grace by quite a bit. Like I think I want to say 10, 15
it was
seconds.
like 15 seconds.
It was like 10, 15 seconds, and I knew, okay, I have a 15-second buffer, but it's still not enough because I know that he's that fast at handstand push-ups. And then I get off the rower, and I knew that I had still built up an even bigger advantage because I rode about a 147, 148 on that last row. And then I got to the handstand push-ups with about 40 seconds on him, 40 to 50 seconds before his hands even touched the mat.
Yep.
And then we both basically finished at the same exact time.
Yeah, he was 2 seconds faster than me.
Yeah. So
I kicked up on the wall at 10 or 10:06.
I kicked up. I think I kicked up at 9:30, 9:35.
And the entire time I was doing my handstand push-ups, I wasn't listening to my judge or anything. I was just watching Elijah out of the corner of my eye. So I was just cranking him out, watching Elijah the whole time.
His handstand push-ups, if I got there with almost 30, 40 seconds on him, and then he caught up to me within that time, he was doing his handstand push-ups at more than twice as fast than I was. That's crazy.
I remember Elijah kicking up to the mat, and I was thinking, If I got to the mat at the same time Elijah did, I'd finish
Oh,
this
you-
workout
oh.
under 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, you got yeah. Oh, if you got to the mat before me, you'd be you would have that would have been a crazy time. Just got to row faster, buddy.
Yeah, I know. A lot of time on the river. A lot of time running, a lot of time on the river.
Yep.
So let's go over overall placing. So where'd you get overall?
129.
So he will be moving on. Top 2,000 move on. 129?
Yep.
And then where did Jace place?
101st, yeah.
Shout out to Jace Peck,
Oh, Jace.
101st place.
And then I got 249. And then what did Junior get?
340, 330.
Shout out to Junior
Yeah.
Jose Rios.
Did all of the FMOE that made it do it?
Keegan?
No.
Yeah.
Aaron didn't do it, right?
Aaron did not do the quarterfinals.
Okay. Connie, what did you get?
I got 620th place.
600.
And then
Okay, so
and then
move
Keegan
on.
was right after him, right? 700.
720?
720 for Keegan.
And then the 17-year-old, by the way, got
2,400.
so not
Hey, first time with the big boys. That's
Tell them what you got in the open.
The open, I got 10,800.
so that's a big jump.
So
8,000
8
cutting down 8,000 spots. So that's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
It's huge. First ever open as a individual. First ever quarterfinals ever.
The man.
And yeah,
Mm.
first time with the big guys. So
It's big.
yeah, 2,400.
I finished in 939th.
Which is that's your best like worldwide ranking ever.
By a lot. So
Yeah.
So the last time I did quarterfinals was 3 years ago, 2023, and this was when I had my back injury. One of the workouts had 315 deadlifts, and I was like really trying to get up and like
Oh yeah, the rope climb workout.
that workout right, and I did really bad on it, which sucked because I was like really good at rope climbs, bar muscle ups, and chest to bar. Still am. Those are some of my favorite movements. But the deadlifts just killed me, and so my overall placing that year in quarterfinals was 2,900th. I think I was around there. And then came back this year. I was 2,800 in the open this year, which was my best open placement. And then I was kind of nervous going into it. Like, I think I might be on the bubble, right? Because I was outside the top 2,000 in the open. So I was like, I'm going to have to really fight to get into the top 2,000. But it turned out that I was into the top 1,000. So did better than I expected. And I'm very happy with my performance.
Yeah, 939 as of now.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear Elijah.
Okay.
How many
Go.
digits does your placement have?
Okay. So going into this, I thought that I was aiming to beat my previous best quarterfinal score, which was 444th. That was in 2024. And up until that point, that was my highest quarterfinal rank. My highest open rank before that was 378. And I'd never been very much up higher on a worldwide leaderboard than that. So I was honestly really hoping for 200. Anywhere in the twos is I would have been happy with that. We're at the river. Well, this is
He's building it up,
bro.
bro. This was
Let's tell them the story
Yeah,
of how you found out.
Yeah.
So
We're at the river. We just finished the last quarterfinal workout, or redo, and then I'm like, all right, I'm tired. Let's go relax. Let's go hang out at the river. So we go to the river, and then Cyrus opens up his phone, and then
So I started looking at everybody's scores. I'm like, dang, Jace got 101st. Nikki got 129. And I was like, oh, Elijah. And he goes, yeah, all right.
I was like,
Just tell me what I got.
I'm like, because he said Jason's and Nikki's scores first, and I was like, oh no, I must be lower than
What
that.
I did was I told him KO's score, which was
Oh yeah, you're trying to throw me off.
240. So I told him, like, dang, KO got 240. And then I'm like, all right, you want to hear your score? He's like, just tell me what my score is. And I'm like, you got 80th worldwide. He's like, shut up. I was like, shut your
I was just at the thing. No, bro, I was shocked. I didn't think 80th was possible, but I'm pretty happy with it. So
Wait, tell him what you got in Texas.
Oh, let's hear it.
number one in Texas, baby.
Fittest man in Texas right here. Fittest man in Texas. Crazy title.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So praise the Lord Jesus Christ. It would not be possible without our Lord and Savior, obviously. I try to take performances like that and like remind myself like I didn't earn it. This is a blessing from the Lord. I I worked hard for it, but stuff like that's not guaranteed, right? So anything, and I was going into the quarterfinals like you remind yourself, like you're gonna be blessed no matter what, whether you do well, whether you do well or you do poorly, you're blessed no matter what. So
We had tons of squatting.
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
knees are great.
I was a little worried about that's true.
Yeah.
I was a little worried for my knees during the 80 dumbbell squats that I had to do. The shuttle run workout kind of that kind of scared me a little bit with the shuttle runs because I knew that's still a hard movement for me for my knees. But I managed through it and came out with 80th. So yeah, I'll take it. Very happy with it. Anyways,
Do we all have fun?
Yeah.
You good?
So who's all going to an in-person semifinal, or what is the likelihood at least?
We don't know.
Elijah has the highest.
who knows,
Yeah.
bro?
The
Who
season
knows?
is pretty weird in the sense of like we're not all sure, which is definitely not something that should be a thing. We should be sure whether or not we're gonna make it. Elijah has the highest chance, and then Jace, and then Nikki, and then me.
Well, Jace has already gone to one. Jace has gone to NorCal.
Right.
He's
Oh
already
yeah,
set on
okay.
that.
So he's not going to syndicate even if he got.
no.
Junior is also
Junior
going to
NorCal.
NorCal. Yeah.
So
So it's Elijah and then Nikki.
yeah, I'm trying to go to Torian.
I'm trying to go to Torian.
I think
Or
Elijah.
Syndicate.
Syndicate
if
possibly.
if the spots shake out, we'll see.
Where is Torian from?
Brisbane,
Australia, baby.
Queensland,
We're
Australia.
We're going down under.
If anyone wants to join us, it's through May 22nd through 24th, I believe, that weekend.
Yeah. There's a lot of in Australia. Walruses.
No, there's not.
All right,
Okay,
so
anyways.
how do you think we're going to be able to pay?
Give him the. Yep, there you
How do you think? How do you think
go. Segue.
Elijah, as the highest place athlete in Kumana and in Texas, has a high chance of going to somewhere like Australia. That's not a that's a far trip. That's a pretty hefty trip.
Might cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
How are we gonna pay for this?
How much money do we have?
How much money do we have?
Elijah, what would you like to tell our fans who are watching?
Me and my brothers are hosting a competition, Double Trouble. It is a fundraiser for exactly things like this for when we have to travel for competitions. So sign up, baby.
Double trouble.
Double Trouble. This is
April 11th.
Yep, it's April 11th at CrossFit Lake Travis.
Shout out Carly DeMonico.
This is the last week to sign up. So
Register now.
How many divisions are there?
there's
All of them.
5 divisions. There's RX, intermediate, scaled, masters, which is 45 and up, and then kids.
Yep, that means you and your mama can do it. And
That's
your
right.
kids.
Everyone
And
everyone gets a
Grandpa,
division.
yeah.
Everyone gets a division.
And if you can't make that time, whether it be or that date, whether it be events already scheduled or whatever, then feel free to message us if there's any way you'd like to support. But thank you guys for all the support that we've already gotten over the years.
That's right. Message this guy.
Message me about it. I know all the Double Trouble things. I know.
He knows us. He actually does.
Let's help this guy get to Australia.
Yeah, let's
Is
do
there
it.
anything else?
And
Yeah, this
I
guy.
have a job.
Oh, wait, isn't there anything else we want to talk about?
Oh yeah,
In terms of-
let's
In terms of rainy days.
yeah. I mean, this one can be a little faster topic.
Yeah.
Because I do need to use the bathroom pretty soon here. Okay, we'll go through. It could be as deep as you want it to be, but how do you guys deal with bad events, rainy days, like Elijah said, bad qualifiers, And I mean, honestly, being able to compete is a blessing in itself, but obviously we all take it for granted or else we wouldn't be so upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how do you manage those emotions? How do you pick up from there? How do you deal with the the worse events, the badder events?
Yeah, I mean, probably a similar answer that I know we're all gonna say is having your putting your trust into something that's bigger than CrossFit, right? Putting your worth and your value into something bigger than a sport that has these, it's unpredictable. You have one bad event, and you could have a career-ending injury tomorrow, right? So putting your trust and putting your value into something bigger than just your performance is important. Like I said about quarterfinals is, um, whether you do well or you do poorly, you're still blessed and you're still privileged regardless. So having that um, keeps you level headed, especially when over the past year I've been I haven't been competing for because of my knees, so that's been a huge setback and very frustrating. But knowing that this is um, knowing that my trust and my value, that's it's in something bigger than CrossFit. It's in my salvation, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and that's a huge thing to have. So that's that's how I do it.
Yeah, I mean, basically the same thing, right? CrossFit is temporary. I mean, it's in the definition of CrossFit. It's constantly varied, and they like to take that into the season, into the workouts. And so you can't really bank on anything with it. And even any sport, any activity, any relationship, any earthly thing, whenever you bank on that, that's when that can be taken away from you in a second, right? Just like Elijah said, like a career-ending injury, or that person moves across the country, or whatever it is, right? The moment you put your identity into something that is temporary, that's that when that temporary thing doesn't go your way, that's when you struggle. That's when you feel like you're not enough. But if you realize that this extra thing that I'm doing, CrossFit, for example, is a blessing in and of itself, that even if it goes bad or good, it's a blessing. And so that's being able to remember that is probably the most important thing. So you're Cyrus.
When I had a bad event over the weekend, definitely could have handled it a little bit better. Still trying to figure out how to do that, but definitely just always go back to prayer and just relying on the Lord and Him help me to feel a little better. But yeah, just not getting so upset about earthly things. Still have my Lord and Savior. I don't need a good event to make me feel better. So
Yeah. I think for me, obviously going to be a very similar answer, but it's definitely something that you need to work on over time, especially for me. But I think, yeah, just going back to not worrying. And the Bible says that God has everything planned out for the good of those who love Him. So God has a plan for you, and that plan may not look like winning CrossFit competitions or going to the CrossFit Games, and you just have to trust that wherever God is leading you, that it will be good, and that you should be content with it. So just always trusting in the plan, I think is the biggest thing for me. The best way to think about it.
For me, I would say that I definitely have gone through the journey of CrossFit and the leaderboard and my placing to be my idol and to be where I took joy and success from. I would say that it's definitely still something I'm working on. And I definitely still have those days where, even though I'm filled with the joy from the Holy Spirit, that I let that joy get stolen because of a bad event, especially. And there are definitely times when you could have done better, and that you want to do better, and you're simply just upset because you want more from yourself, and you have every right to be upset. But I would say that when those times happen, I definitely try to lean on God and be grateful. I think that's the one thing that my dad has always instilled in us is you can't be upset when you're grateful. And at the end of the day, we're all here because of mercy and grace. We all deserve a cross, and it's by grace and mercy that we don't have that cross, and that Jesus died on that cross for us. But going back to just like any bad event that happens, obviously it takes some time, it takes some prayer. But at the end of the day, if you're going into an event, and if you go into it and if you do well, you're going to be joyful, and that, right? If you're going to be excited when you're done, then you've already failed. You want to go into the event being joyful no matter what. One thing I always remember to tell myself is that I just need to go out there, compete honorably, compete righteously, and submit the end result to God. Because if I submit that result to God, then he can take it and do whatever he wants with it. But I know that it's God's will for me to do well. I know that he wants me to be brave. He wants me to be courageous. Those are all biblical promises and commands he wants from us. But it's not a promise that he's going to give us that number one spot. It's not a promise that he's going to let us have success from the sport or anything that we do. But it is a promise that we will have joy, and he'll be with us through all the ups and downs. And if I didn't have Jesus, then there would be nothing to hold on to besides my performance. And that's when things start to get scary.
The best secret for getting over a bad performance
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
is to not have a bad performance in the first place.
Ooh. Wise words from Nicky Rogers.
No. I came from a sports background, baseball. And if you know anything about baseball, the biggest thing is you have to have a short memory because there's a lot of failure in baseball. The best hitters in the major leagues get a hit 3 out of every 10 at bats, 300 batting average, which sounds horrible. You're getting out 7 times out of the 10 times. So you're 7 out of the 10 times you're doing bad, but you're still one of the greatest. Obviously you can't have 7 bad events at the CrossFit Games, but just being able to overcome failure over and over again in CrossFit, I think is cool, because when I have a bad event at a competition where it's like a movement that I know, okay, this is something I have to work on, it kind of gets me fired up because it's something that you get to work on in training. And then at the end of the day, it's also just believing in God's plan for you and just casting out all your fears, all your anxieties, just believing what God put you here to do, whether it's winning the CrossFit Games or doing anything else, being a milkman or you never know. You never know what it's going to be. And personally for me, in the 2022 season, my last year as a teenager, I missed out on qualifying for the CrossFit Games, and that was really hard for me to kind of digest. So I think if that had not happened, if I made it to the CrossFit Games my last year as a teenager, I don't think I would be here right now, and I don't think I'd be qualifying for semifinals as an individual doing all this stuff. So you got to kind of just put it behind you, move forward. Short memory is what I'll say.
I like it.
Awesome. That's a good answer. Hey guys, anything else?
I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Mad Athletes, Kumana CrossFit.
Shout out. Let's hear
Shout
it.
out
Come on.
Yeti.
Shout out Yeti.
RX Smart Gear.
Best
Shout
rows out there.
Shout out Behemoth Project. Show the shirt. Show the shirt.
Behemoth
Show the
Project.
shirt. Come on.
Shout out.
Nikki, anything to shout out?
Shout out to Tusk.
Shout out Tusk. Go watch Tusk. Go watch Tusk.
The greatest movie of all
Don't.
time.
Just go watch the movie.
Or don't.
Shout out CrossFit. Central CrossFit,
Lake Travis.
Cedar Park, Lake Travis, Big Dave. Who else we shouting out? Come on,
Pierce.
come on.
Big Pierce.
Shout
Big
out to
Reese.
Pierce.
Big Reese.
Carrie.
Shout out
Carrie.
Fittest
Oh,
Minecrafters
yeah,
on
actually,
Earth.
shout out to Carrie
Carrie
Kepler. She was
Kepler.
there.
Evil D.
Shout out to everyone that came out to support us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
All
that's
the people
it.
watching in the live. Cam, shout out Cam.
Who was your judge this weekend?
Oh yeah, Jen.
May
I love you, Jen. Thank you for being there.
Shout out Khalud.
Jen and Rose.
Shout out to Mom.
Shout out Keone.
Mom.
Yep.
Shout out to your mom.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to Crystal.
Shout out Crystal Kurz.
Did you like your mom as your judge? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Anything else, guys?
Shout out to Achilles.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Shout out to Cam Gray.
Bay Caro.
Shout out to Bailey Cole.
Bailey Caro.
Thank you for joining us. Good to see you guys. Shout out to Andrew Hiller. Shout out to the Masters guy who's in the comments. Shout out to all the trolls.